I welcome you all to the next session on the subject engineering graphics. You can go to the description below to see all the related videos of this subject. Now in this case we are going to draw isometric view of a semicircle. Okay, in one of my previous videos I explained you how to draw isometric view for a circle. Now in this case it is a semicircle. Okay, and of course it is having certain thickness, so it is semicircular disc on one side and there is rectangular disc on the remaining half, we can say. Okay, so these are the given views and the problem statement is draw isometric projections for the given orthographic projections taking O as origin. Okay, so as we know, I am not waste time in again repeating the procedure. You can take origin somewhere, draw horizontal line, then draw length axis at angle 30 degree, depth axis at angle 30 degree with respect to this horizontal, and height axis at angle 90 degree. Okay, you all know this, these are all basics. Now as we see, to the right of origin, the length of the object is, as we see here, this distance is 30, and from this center the radius of this arc is 30, that means total length of the object is 60. Okay, so that's why first of all mark 60 mm along this length axis, right? So this is 60 marked along length axis. Now as we see, height of the object in this case is 20, that means it is a very thin disc. Okay, so height is given as 20 millimeter. So from here mark 20 along height axis. Okay, so this 20 is marked. Now we see depth of the object, because this is R30, that means from this point up to this point, this distance is equal to diameter of this semicircle, which is equal to 60 mm. So along depth axis now mark 60 mm. Okay. So this is the way we have constructed this rectangular plate. So from this end, measure distance 30 mm and mark the center. Okay, and now locate the center. So this again, the center is at the center of this or midpoint of this width. So we know that midpoint is 60, total length of the line is 60. So midpoint is at a distance 30. So this is the way I have located now center. Now around this center we have to construct that rhombus. The rhombus is already appearing here, we can see. Okay, if I construct a rhombus around this particular center, then I will have to go 30 to the right, 30 to the left. Around this center 30 to the left, 30 to the right. So this way you can see this whole square which is seen as a rhombus in isometric view. Okay, now you know the procedure for drawing ellipse. So same procedure we have to follow here. Join longer diagonal. Okay, then mark midpoints of the corners opposite to this longer diagonal. So opposite to this longer diagonal, these are the edges and we have already marked their midpoints. So this one and this one is the midpoint, right? Now join these midpoints with the opposite corners. So I'm just joining them now. This is joined with opposite corner. Similarly this corner with the opposite midpoint. Okay, so now if we had to draw a complete circle, then we would have used these four centers. This is 1, this is 2, then this is 3 and this is 4. These would have been the four centers. But now in this case we have to only draw this semicircular part. So for drawing this curve, we know we can use center 1, and for drawing this much curve we use center number 3. Okay, so we have to now only use required part. So putting pointer at 1 and taking this much radius. Now first we need to draw this much curve. Okay, and now taking center 3 and this much radius for center 3, we draw this remaining part. Okay, so this is the way I have only drawn semicircle. If I need to draw the whole circle, then we would have used center 4 to draw this radius and center 2 to draw this radius. But in this case, as we see, top view is only semicircle, so I have just drawn only this much part. Okay, now as we see here, this has got a certain thickness, so we need to now shift these centers by required depth. Okay, so which two centers we require? Center 1 and center 3. Okay, so through center 1 and 3 just draw lines parallel to height axis, because we have to now shift these two centers by depth. Okay, so through 1 this line is already along depth axis. Through 3 point or center number 3, I am just drawing this line, and along this line at a depth of 20 mm I am locating new center at a depth 20. So this is center number 3 dash and this is center number 1 dash. You can go reverse also. You can first construct that semicircle in the bottommost plane and then shift the centers up. Okay, both ways you will get the required curve, but as we first of all obtained the top surface, I constructed it in top surface and then now I am shifting the centers. Now as we see here, with center 3 and this much radius, we need to extend the curve up to which point? For that purpose we need to just draw this boundary, so we need to draw it up to here. Okay, and as far as this curve is concerned, we can see because of this curve, this particular larger radius curve will not be visible. So there is no question of actually drawing that part, because it will not be visible beyond this particular part. Okay, so we need to only use this shifted center. Now you can see how I am using it. So we need to use this shifted center. Again, on the right side, the boundary for this center is this one. So for that, just draw one line tangential to this curve. So this is the tangential line. So now using shifted center, you can see, first of all put pointer at 3, take this radius in compass which we used for this smaller radius curve. Okay, and now use shifted center 3 dash and just draw that curve which starts from here and it ends here. Okay, so we have to draw it within these two boundary lines. Okay, so only up to here, and rest of the part now we have to draw as a tangential part. Okay, we can see if we use this shifted center 1 dash, where that curve will appear, I'll just show you the illustration here. So with center 1 and this much radius, now if I use center 1 dash and the same radius, you can see the curve will go something like this. Okay, it is actually just like this curve, it is 20 mm below this particular point, which is actually going beyond this, and that's why I'm not showing it, because in isometric view we do not show such invisible parts. Now after this we have to only make the part which we need to make thick. This completes the isometric projections of given orthographic views. Thank you very much for patient viewing.